we think about those difficult places in our world, in our history, in our human experience, genocide. In Rwanda, genocide today in Darfur, genocide in our history, the Holocaust. I think it's important to remember the acts of courage and resistance and the resiliency of the human spirit. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge last week, the 65th anniversary on the eve of first night of Passover of the uprising of the Warsaw Ghetto. And that experience that teaches us that no matter what the odds are, we still want to live, even if we find ourselves bumping up against very painful moments in history. And I had opportunity and privilege to re-encounter some of that history when I visited Poland in 1991, just after the Cold War had ended. And I went to Krakow and was inspired to write this poem called Tumbalalaika, which is the name of the book I'm reading from. Tumbalalaika is the name of a Yiddish lullaby, which contains a riddle asking if one knows what can blossom over years and years and what can cry without tears. And the answer through the lullaby is given, of course, that true love can blossom through the years, and a heart, when it cries, cries without tears. There's reference in this poem to the main square in Krakow called the Rhinebeck NY. Tumbalalaika. I remember what I found there. Cemeteries, memorials, death camps, and temples converted into museums for the curious, the foreign, the lost and lonely travelers passing through. It is true what they say about Jews. Each generation is chosen to survive. For 5,755 years, we have wandered, exchanging one wilderness for another. Well, I've been to Auschwitz, and I heard birds sing. Incongruous harmonies flew above the white-flecked earth, whose calcium-saturated dirt remains unable to absorb the skeletons of its past. I've been through the Rhinebeck NY under the glare of July's red eye, instinctively letting my feet recall the gray of cobblestone streets, hidden within buried bloodlines and ancestral map, written with a key and coded in a dying tongue. I might not have run at all in Krakow, but fate forced me to face, then flee a scene of unbridled brutality. One man attacking another, just 3 yards in front of me. The victim's head cracked open on pavement. The other leaned over his prey, then looked up to find my fear-filled eyes. And like fear, I ran far and fast, darting around corners, losing myself in the maze of the ghetto, craving to pray before old Jewish graves. I came at last to the Garden of the Dead, overgrown with mossy headstones, laying strewn in crooked rows, crowded together and soaked with the blood of this land, this place called Poland, having lost the faintest murmur of what cries without tears.